welcome back to another video. I'm Impoppable here, and today I'm playing some more Bloons Adventure on Tower Defense. So today, what am I doing? I'm doing another 2 Towers Impoppable. I'm going to be doing Marceline and Ice King. So I did another poll. You guys were like, yes, it's kind of classic show connection. To be perfectly honest, I did not think about that when I put them as an option. I was just like, oh, they're cool characters. They have some synergy upgrades or trinkets. But, I mean, yeah, there's also the whole fact that they were really close in that show, Simon and Marceline. So, if you didn't know, Ice King, his real name, I guess, would be the right terminology, is Simon. So, yeah, they were really close in the show. So, we're going to be doing the 2 of them. It'll be fun. Going to go over the builds, as per usual, then we'll get started. I would have liked to do a new map, but these aren't necessarily the strongest towers. Not to be rude to Marceline or Ice King, but you're not that powerful in this game, so I wanted to pick a non-fortified for sure. You also can't pick a multi-lane map, because Marceline's not the best under normal circumstances. You don't want to see what Marceline does on a multi-lane map. Even the slightest bit of separation, don't do it. And then you have to be a decent length, because even a normal bad balloon, they don't have a ton of bad balloon damage, and yeah, honestly, even this map, I'm not super confident we're going to be able to do it, so we're going to see how well this goes. But yeah, so Marceline, first, her weapon is the Devil Monster Bass. It's just the best one. Characters in range get +1 damage, so Ice King, that's cool for you, or for you, I guess. Attack speed, +20%, +1% per 2 stars, blah, blah, blah. Why 1% per 2 star? No idea, that's such an insignificant amount, but whatever. Damage +2, +1 per 4 stars, and Pierce +5, +1 per 2 stars. I find it funny how they do the star upgrades. I think I know why. If you didn't know, originally when the game first came out, I think actually for quite a while, you know how the characters have all their upgrades and their star level and stuff? Their actual upgrades got stronger as their star level increased. Not just attack speed +0.1, but Finn's Brofist would make more money depending on his star level, so levels used to be way more important, and I think that's probably why these weapons have characteristics like that are based on star level. I don't know why I said star ration, but yeah. But then we have Hammer, of course, which is reduce the cost of upgrades that give an ability by 50% and reduce ability cooldowns by 30%. Pretty sure that affects all towers in range. It should probably specify that, but whatever. It's really OP for Super Monkey. Dragon Eyes for camera protection and +2 damage to camera balloons, because she needs camera protection. But giving a range is pretty much pointless because Marceline's a flying character. Same thing with Whirlpool Handle, giving lead popping power, as well as the +5 damage to ceramics and fortified balloons is not too shabby at all. Not the best, but since there's not too many fortifieds, but it's not that bad. Then we have the Engineer's Blueprint to balance it off with +5 damage to mobs. Baker Shard for +50% attack speed. We have the Heart Gauntlets, +1 damage, +15% attack speed. And Basketball, +1 Pierce, as well as this complicated special text property. If the character is near Ice King or Marceline, they get +5 Pierce, that's nice. If both characters have the Basketball, they get an additional 4 range and 10% attack speed. In total, it's +6 Pierce, +4 range, and +10% attack speed. Not necessarily the best option, but it's what I'm going for because it's cool, and I never get to use the Basketball. Then we move on to Ice King, who has 1 of Disbursement, +8 range, +0.5 per star, +3 damage, and +1 per 4 stars. Activated ability, targets the strongest balloon and instantly disperses it into atoms, one-shots everything below bad balloon. We have the Arrow Frozen Ice, gives +4 range, but also gives +1 damage to frozen balloons, which is pretty helpful, as well as the most important upgrade, unlocking, it's called Frozen Rain? Arrows are Frozen Rain. Okay, I'm like, wait, Frozen Rain? Nah, Arrows are Frozen Rain, he shoots ice arrows. We have the Demonic Wishing Eye. Equipped character gains an additional attack that transforms nearby balloons into penguins who attack on your behalf. It's an awesome upgrade. It looks cool, this trinket. Looks so cool. And also, it's really funny to see him spew out 1,000 penguins. We have the Basketball, same thing as the previous one. Then we have the Rogue Monkey Visor, which is basically Whirlpool Handle for ranged attackers. Ranged attacks can pop lead, ghost, and frozen, which I guess is nice. Not that he needs frozen popping power. Giving him Future Crystal, so more class balloons spawn with 80%, except the bad balloon, which only loses 5% health, so it spawns with 95%. We got Cougar Meter, so all balloons in range take +3 damage. That's pretty nice. Baker Shard for another 50% attack speed, and the Engineer's Blueprint for the +5 damage to Moab class balloons. Anyways, let's get into this. This should be fun. We're doing on igloos. I think I already mentioned that, but anyways, in case I didn't, the properties are more camper balloons, more regrow balloons. Regrow balloons grow back faster and they move faster. Basically, a lot of region camo swarms that are just bolting past your towers, so watch out for those. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, it should be fun. So obviously using Ice King and Marceline. I'm going to start with Marceline, but I want to see where I'm going to place my Ice King. I think I'm going to place Ice King right here so he can attack both paths here a decent amount. So then I'm going to put Marceline right here, because I do want it to be in range of Ice King and all that stuff. We're going to put Marceline on Pursuit, and then we're going to save up to drop Ice King, get him some camera protection, all that wonderful stuff. So that's pretty great. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. You're watching this on a Wednesday, assuming nothing weird happens. Because I always record these videos, or not always, for a while now, starting the start of the summer, so like early July. Starting then, I record my videos the day in advance, just so I can get them up always at the exact same time, because standardization is good, and YouTube told me to do it. It's not the main reason. It's also just nice to not have to worry about what time I'm doing the video at, or recording the video, because some different days have different schedules for me. Sometimes I have time early, sometimes it's later, sometimes it's any time in between, so it's just nice to have that standard upload time. So yeah, it's Wednesday for you guys, Tuesday for me while I'm recording this, so that's cool. I guess I missed the Monday opportunity by a fair bit, but that's fine. Ice King, we're gonna shove you down right here, because you are a cool tower, sort of, I don't know. Ice King is Ice King. He doesn't need to be anybody else. He's his own best version of himself. But yeah, that's pretty great. But yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good day. It's awesome if you are. I am going to say this because I keep saying it at the end, and as expected, because I do it too, at the end, you usually cut off early. I don't really like doing it, but sometimes you do. Or sometimes if you get an ad right before the video ends, you'll cut off early. I totally get it. But I just feel like I should say this now instead of at the end, that if you're watching this and you enjoy these types of videos and stuff, you should consider giving the video a like and subscribing to join the Football Squad. I do this kind of video, I do this game a lot, play this game, lots of weird challenges, and usually other games I do something similar, not all the time, like I'm playing some Cook Your Own Kingdom with the story and stuff. Okay, I think that was enough silence. I hate you, Marceline. I hate you so much. Yeah, I should have gotten upgrades, blah, 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 blah. Now I need to save about $5,000, blah, 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 blah. I hate you, Marceline. Fine, have your stupid flight speed. I'm even giving you a telekinesis. Don't you dare Hunter Marceline. Marceline! I hate you so much, Marceline. You're so inaccurate with the balloons. You know what, honestly? No. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to lock you in place there, Marceline. Is lock in place a different button? There we go. Lock in place right there, Marceline. I'm gonna be ready to use Pursuit if need be, but for the time being, until there's something really powerful, this keeps you from leaking balloons, which is all I care about. Speaking of which, Ice King, get yourself some camera detection so that regen pink wouldn't have been an issue, because you are my unit to catch things. Don't mess up. I hate this. Marceline, if you've seen my one tower onlys, ultra for Marceline, I really hate her. She's a cool tower, she's some good abilities, but her targeting system is just so busted. It just doesn't work well, and because of that, I find myself getting very frustrated with her very often, so that sucks. Anyways, what I was saying is, I mentioned the subscriber part, but there's more. There was more self-advertising things. Is it self-advertising? I guess it's self-advertising. Not important. You should also, if you want to, you could take a look in the description. I recently started putting it in every single video. YouTube told me they did it automatic, but after a couple weeks I realized they weren't, so now I'm actually putting it in myself. There's a link to become a channel member, different from subscriber. You get some special perks. You essentially give me a bit of extra money each week, or each month, not each week. Don't, that's wrong. Don't listen to that. Every month, YouTube has it more accurately. Every month, it's a bit of extra income to support the channel, but it also gives you, like, you get a little badge, and I see your comments pop up better, and you get to use my, like, logo as an emoji, which I find kind of fun. So that's kind of cool. Feel free to take a look at that if you want. Link is in the description. You can only use it from computer, so keep that in mind. If you're not on a computer, then you won't be able to use the link. So yeah, figured I'd mention that. Was there something else I meant to mention? I'll just say this now anyways. Leave a comment if you have game suggestions, video suggestions, challenge suggestions, something I'm doing that you don't like, something I'm doing that you do like. Let me know. Is it a game I'm playing? Something I'm playing? Is it something I talk about? Is there a certain topic you like that I talk about? I don't know. You guys have a lot of information to give me, and I do better with information, because information lets me make educated decisions and educated randomness, because, well, let's face it, a lot of what I do is randomness, so let me know suggestions, tips, complaints. I'm okay with complaints. You can complain, you can give criticism. That's fine. If I find that it's too, obviously, try not to be super intense and brutal about it. If you are, as long as it's actually giving tips as well, I don't really care, but don't just complain about something unless you have a solution. If there's no solution to a problem, don't complain about it. Also, I just realized I have $5,000. I should probably spend some of it. Yes, I know I have 10,000, but I'm staying above a certain money count because I lost, and that's just what I like to do. I use continues because I don't want to restart 17 rounds. I could have, but I don't want to. But in general, I would much rather not have to restart everything, so yeah. I think that's pretty fair. We are going to upgrade Marceline now, because these are the last two upgrades for you, right? Yeah. Last thing to do is get the ability for Moabs, but that's not that important. I would rather have some extra support with, with Marceline. So that's pretty cool. What was I going to say? There was something I was going to say. I mentioned the comments, I mentioned everything. Okay, that's done with. Okay, back to my usual randomness, obligatory something. I said that word, I have no idea what I said and no idea what I meant by it, so you can ignore it if you want, or you can pretend that whatever I said and whatever that word meant is actually what I meant to say. I don't know, up to you. But yeah, I love this map. This map's kind of cool, the igloos. Personally, maybe this is just me, do the igloos look so much more detailed and they almost look like they're from the wrong game, because they look like they have so much detail and perfection to them. And then you look at everything around them, including the towers, and okay, so this was my mistake. I probably could have fixed that later on. It's time to switch Marceline back to pursuit mode, and now I have to stay above $11,000. Yay! That's wonderful. Marceline, do a good job. If you lose, I will not be happy. I'm also getting big freeze now because that's actually useful now. That's pretty important. But yeah, whatever. Continues are a fact as long as I stay above the certain money amount, which is a little over $5,000 per continue. The continues give you $5,000, but you also keep the money made during the wave, which isn't usually too much, but it is a little bit. So I like to stay roughly $5,500 per continue, so now it's $11,000 total. It's a lot to keep track of. I'll probably mess it up if I haven't already, so keep that in mind. I'm not perfect. But back to the igloos. The igloos look too fancy and too nicely made, and they don't fit in with the very cartoonish graphics of, well, I guess to be fair, it's Adventure Time is the game they're referencing with art style, and Adventure Time is obviously Cartoon Network, so it should have cartoonish graphics, so there's no issue there. It's just the igloos look much more fancy and realistic, and I find that strange. But not that big of a deal. I did buy that upgrade, right? Yeah, Ice King is maxed. Now we're just working on Marceline. By the way, the fact that we lost to a Moab is indeed a bad sign. I don't know about Marceline being on pursuit mode now. Maybe that'll make a crazy big difference. Maybe it won't make a difference at all. I don't actually know. Okay, that was better, but still, I'm not super confident about this 2-tower Impoppable arrangement, but you guys wanted to see it. I'm happy to provide it, even if it turns out really, really horribly for both of us. But yeah, pretty cool. Why are there tire things over here? Those are tires, right? Those are definitely tires. If you don't know, by the way, I don't know why I'm mentioning this. You probably can tell what I'm doing. Since I don't have a cursor, because I'm not playing on a computer, I use the character icon sometimes if I need to point at something, rather than just talking, because talking is usually ineffective. So yeah, that's kind of cool, I guess. Anyways, that was the BFB. That looked pretty good, considering we didn't have the immunity thing. Realistically, I have hope and a decent likelihood, I think, that we'll be fine until the bad balloon. I just have no hope whatsoever that we're gonna beat the bad balloon. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just not optimistic enough, but not super confident, especially since, like, there isn't too much I can do. I can sell him to buy Ice King, I guess, for his extra, like, 100,000, not 100,000, that'd be good, 100 or 1,000 damage, but I'm a little stuck if we lose to the bad balloon, which I kind of expect. I don't know, maybe we'll see the CMG coming up and we'll just wreck it. We'll see, I don't know. We have we have the one-shot ability with the Wand of Disbursement, so if we can actually pop the bad balloon shell and the DTs, then we're probably okay. Like, I have some abilities to use, I'm nervous, okay? I think I'm allowed to be nervous about this upcoming rounds. We're doing okay, but we're not doing good enough. Also, there's a bit of a glitch with Marceline's attacks and Ice King's freeze. As you can see, there just is a bit of a glitch with the freeze effect. I don't really know if that was an intended change. They never mentioned it anywhere because they stopped adding patch notes like 2 updates ago for some reason. I hate it. Because they keep changing things back and forth and they're like, update. Except there's no patch notes, so you have to guess. Yay! But no, I kind of hate it. Anyways, UMG time. Are you going to be frozen? No, you're not going to be frozen, you mean? Oh, look at that damage count. That's going up so slowly. Ice King, are you going to do your job and freeze the ZMG? No, I wonder. Okay, so just to prove it to you that I'm not going crazy. What is wrong with Ice King's ability? If you didn't know, he should be freezing them. He has big freeze. Mobs hit by Ice King's lightning are frozen. He's not getting frozen. What's the deal with that? Like, this is weird. So weird. I'm going to use the one-shot for now, but, like, that's a pretty bad bug, Ice King. You weren't good enough on your own. You're going to be a heck of a lot worse if your main benefit, the freeze of level 7 move, doesn't even work. Yeah, that's pretty bad, but I guess what can you do? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's a way I can fix it. Maybe it's to do with continues. Who knows? Not that important. Man, the fact that a fortified mob can almost beat us. Ice King, you are garbage right now. What is with this freezing bug? Well, that kind of stinks. Like, as I mentioned and made a bit of a joke of earlier, he's not good enough on his own. But, like, the abilities, this skill is his only useful quality in most cases. Without it, he's just doing, like, he's useless. Like, he does okay damage, honestly, but he doesn't do enough damage to make it worth it. He's a third of the damage of Marceline. That's not enough. And we're dead on round 64. Wow, these towers were bad. I knew these towers wouldn't be good going into this, so I tried to pick a good map, and then Ice King went and failed on me. I was like, oh, well, they have Ice King's ability, so that should take them to the bad balloon. No, it shouldn't take them to the bad balloon. I literally never noticed there were these arrows. Well, that's not true. I've used them before, but in this moment, I didn't realize these arrows were here. So yeah, in total, as a quick summary of events, Ice King and Marceline, neither are that good towers. Putting them together is not necessarily a good combo. In fact, pretty sure something to do with Marceline completely breaks how Ice King's actually useful level 7 skill works. So he just doesn't freeze Moab class balloons that often, if not normal balloons at all. I don't know if the normal balloons were getting frozen either. And they just don't do enough damage, and they're not that good of towers, and we lost pretty horribly. Round 64. Oh, that's sad. Well, okay, this was still a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'm not gonna, as I mentioned, I'm not gonna spiel the whole like thing again. But yeah, just enjoy. Hopefully you guys had fun. Have a wonderful day. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!